firstly, in order to see the code and play with the code, you need to download this project and run it. So download the zip file, unzip it, say to your desktop, and then file open. Okay, now this is a calendar application, so to speak. Right, so I'll just show you what's happening. So ignore the three red Ds at the moment, and this is actually my S9 being mirrored onto my desktop. So the idea is every time I click on a date on my phone, I'm transferring that date to a text view. So I'm taking the date out of the calendar and putting it into another component or view. And you could easily, instead of putting it into a text view, you could put it into a shared preference or something else. Okay, so the idea is you can just trap the date. So how is that done? Okay, so the two files we'll be working with is the XML and the Java. So the XML basically has a calendar view widget with ID calendar view as its ID, and then underneath it I have a text view, ID text view, and I've given it 3Ds, red Ds. I just wanted to see it there, so don't worry about that. It makes it not really relevant to the code. Anyway, you have a text view and a calendar view. Alright, so what happens next? Right, okay, all the work is done in the main activity. So the first thing you'll do is get a handle on both the calendar view and the text view, but with those lines, okay? So I'm referencing the IDs of both of those. Once I've got a handle then on the calendar view and the red text date, I can call this method here. Now, this is a built-in method that's associated with any calendar view, which actually detects if any of the date changes. So in other words, if the user interacts with it. And this bit down here is a method that actually returns the day, month, and year. So the only bit of code that I actually wrote is this bit of code. The rest is generated for me. And when you go to write it, you'll see that actually happens for you as well. Or you can just copy and paste the code. So what do? I grab the day, the month, and the year. Now the only strange thing is the months for some reason start at 0 and go to 11. So in order to actually print the correct month, I must add 1 to the month. Okay? So once again, I'll just show you what happened there. So if I click there, it's giving me the correct month, hopefully. Yeah. So if I go back to February, I'm getting the correct month again. Okay, that's the only thing to actually be concerned about. So really and truly, they're the two bits of code that I wrote, which were relative to my XML layout. Now, you can do an awful lot more with dates than just capture the date. You can set events and stuff like that, which I would often encourage people to try and experiment with for their third app. But that's actually how to basically pull the date from a calendar and put it into a text view.